Today I'm going to cover, guys, the concept of interface, right? The concept of abstraction. So, what do you mean by interface? Interface means that whenever you have to achieve abstraction means, what do you mean by abstraction? Abstraction means that you want to, hide some data, right? Or you want to just declare some interface or just a platform where only some standard methods are available without any implementation. So you want to define a process over there, and you want to define some rules and regulations over there, and you want that okay, all the subclasses, all the child classes will override those methods and define the business logic accordingly, right? So in that case, this concept is called abstraction, that we are going to abstract, but the abstract interface is available. It does not provide any business logic. It just provides that okay, how exactly the feature okay should be, but it does not provide the business logic of that particular feature. Now, what is the meaning of this? The purpose of this, guys, that if you create an interface like this, so let's see, I create one interface over here. One interface is there. Let's see, this interface is called any bank interface. Let's see, in India we have RBI, right? Reserve Bank of India. RBI says that okay, if you want to open a branch or any, if you want to open a bank in India, let's see, ICICI Bank is there. Okay, let's see, this ICICI Bank is there, or some other banks are available. So if you are coming to India, so in India you have to follow all the rules and regulations are defined over here. RBI says that okay, we have a standard guidelines. You should have these methods. Okay, these three methods. Okay, in your class, but the business logic you will define according to your system, according to your policies you define. We define the policies over here, but business logic you guys define. So in interface, so this is interface and this is class. In interface, we never gives the method body. The business logic we never write. Interface is just for feature presentation point of view. You will define the system, you will define the rules and regulations over there, but the actual business logic will be defined inside the corresponding child class, right? Same thing, let's see, tomorrow we want to go to US. So tomorrow if you want to go to US bank, interface is available. So this ICICI bank or whatever the class is there, that it should okay go to US, and then it should implement all these methods which are available in this particular class. So these three methods will be also given to this particular class, and then they will define that. Tomorrow you want to go to UK or Brazil or New Zealand or Australia. So right, so this particular class can have multiple parents like this, right, guys? So in the previous session, we have seen that okay, a particular class cannot have multiple parents, but in the form of interface, we can have. So a particular class can can inherit the properties from interfaces, okay, from multiple interfaces. It means a particular class can have multiple parent interfaces, but a particular class can have only one parent class. So always remember this thing. Don't be confused, okay, with this, that okay, a particular class can have multiple parent interfaces, but it cannot have multiple parent classes, right? So let's say this is ICICI Bank or HSBC Bank. They want to go to India, so they will follow RBI guidelines. They want to go to US, so they will follow US bank guidelines. Same thing for other banks as well. Now let's implement in the form of coding. So how we'll do that? So to do this thing, let me erase this diagram. Let's see, I'll create one package. My package name will, let's see, object-oriented programming 2. Click on finish, and let's create one interface first. So instead of class, I'll create one interface like this interface. And what I'll do, let's see, my interface name is US Bank, right? And click on finish. In this particular interface, what I'll do that I'll define only, right? I'll define only method declaration, no method body, only method prototype like this. So public void debit method is there, so without any method body like this. So okay, the moment you define the method body, immediately it will give you error, right? So no method body, only method declaration like this, public void and semicolon, that's it. Now public void credit method and I'll define, let's see, one more method, public void, let's see, transfer money. One more method is there, transfer money method is there. So US bank says that, okay boss, if you want to come to US, you should have these three features: debit, credit and transfer money, right? I'll create one more interface now, right? So I'll create one more interface. This interface name is, let's see, RBI, Reserve Bank of India, RBI. Okay, this is again one interface, and click on finish. So always remember, in interface we never define the main method because there is no point, because an interface method body is not allowed, so there is no point to define the main method. RBI says that, okay boss, if you want to go to India, if you want to open a branch in India, then you should have, okay, these methods, let's see, public void, and RBI says that, okay, okay, you should provide education loan, and let's see, public void, let's see, home loan, right? And public void, let's see, car loan. These three methods should be there, right? So public void education loan, home loan and car loan. And US bank says, okay, debit, credit and transfer money should be there. So these two interfaces I have created separately, and which is defined by one keyword, that is called interface keyword, and RBI is also interface. Okay, like this. So now without any method body I can do that. So if you write some important notes, so I'll write that interface is what? Nothing, simple, no method body. An interface, no method body, only method declaration, or we call method, we define only method prototype without any method body, right? In interface, always remember guys that we cannot create the object of interface. Okay, we cannot create the object of interface. Interface cannot be instantiate. So another point is, we can write that no static methods. In interface, static methods are not allowed. But in interface, can I define a variable? Let's see, I can define a variable like this: int minimum underscore balance should be $100, like this. So one variable I have created, minimum balance is equal to 100. I can do that. So always remember that no static methods are not allowed, but variables are static in nature by default. Okay, the static variables, okay, interface variables are static in nature by default, but we cannot define the static method over here. So always remember, don't be confused in interface. So although you don't need to write a static over here for variables, by default it will be considered as a static. So right, apart from that, I cannot create the object of interface, right? Now I'll do one thing, that I'll create a class. Let's create a class. Let's see, my class name is ICICI Bank class, and click on finish. As I told you earlier that ICICI Bank class is there. So one class is there which is having two parents. So they want to go to US also, ICICI Bank, they want to go to US, and they want to go to RBI, means Reserve Bank of India. They want to open a branch in India also. So what exactly they do? They have to use implements keyword. So implements what? It implements US Bank, comma, RBI. So comma separated parents you can write. Implements means a keyword which is used to create the parent and child relationship between class and interfaces. So this is a class and this is US Bank and RBI. These two interfaces are available. But right now it is giving an error. It is giving an error because ICICI Bank is going to US. US Bank says that, okay, boss, we have defined this interface, this system. If you really want to open a branch in US, you have to follow these three rules and regulations: debit, credit, and transfer money. We have listed these three methods, but now the business logic, how exactly a debit feature you want to provide, how exactly the credit feature you want to provide, how exactly the transfer money you want to provide, it's up to you how exactly you want to do that. ICICI Bank says that, okay, boss, yes, fine, no issues. We will just implement and we will have these three features. So US says that you should have these three methods, otherwise we won't allow you to open a branch. So debit, credit, transfer money should be there in ICICI Bank, right, guys? So that's why it's giving you an error that must ICICI Bank class must implement the inherited abstract methods. So you just need to, if you write like this, add unimplemented methods like this. So just select this option. You will see that all the methods coming from same thing for RBI, education loan, home loan, and car loan, right? And you can see debit and credit and transfer money are coming from. So these three methods are coming from US Bank interface, right, guys? US Bank interface. And these three methods are coming from RBI interface, right? And why we have written override? Because these three methods are now overridden methods. Because what is method overriding? Method overriding is that same method name, education loan, zero parameter, education loan, zero parameter. So it should be overridden method. So we have to use at the rate override. So we will get to know that, okay, yes, fine, that this method is overridden method. And this is overridden by, okay, ICICI Bank, which is coming from RBI Bank, right? And whatever the business logic you want to write it over here. Let's see, I'm writing system.out.println. I'm writing simple, let's see, ICICI education loan. For this thing, I'm writing, let's see, system.out.println. I'm writing ICICI. Simple, I'm printing, and whatever the business logic you want to write for car loan and home loan, you can write it by your own. Car loan, right? Same thing for these three methods also. Right, ICICI debit and system.out.println. Let's see, I'm writing credit and I'll write transfer money, right? So three methods are coming from RBI, and the moment you override all the methods, okay, there is no error. Now tomorrow US Bank says that, okay, they update their policy and they say that, okay, that we are adding one more method over here. Let's see, public void and trading method is there, right? The moment I save this, immediately ICICI Bank is giving an error. Why? Because US interface got updated. Now it's ICICI Bank responsibility to implement that method as well. Because if they really want to survive in US, they have to obviously implement all the methods. So again, it is saying that must implement the inherited abstract method US Bank dot trading. Trading method should be implemented. So you will add simple, let's see, add implemented method. You will see that trading method is also added and the error is gone, right? And then let's see, I'll print something over here. Trading, right? So simple, all these methods are overridden methods. Four methods are coming from US Bank. RBI Bank is giving three methods. Now ICICI Bank says that, okay, fine, we are implementing all the features provided by you guys, and we have implemented those methods, but we want to provide some extra features also to our customers. So in that case, I would say ICICI Bank class methods also, separate class methods of ICICI Bank. It means these features are available only for ICICI Bank, provided by only ICICI Bank. So let's see, I'll write ICICI Bank says that okay, we will provide public void mutual funds, right? System.out.println, simple, I'll write mutual funds, and ICICI is providing one more method. Let's see, public void, and let's see, insurance method is there, and system.out.println insurance is there. So these are not overridden methods. Why? That's why I'm not writing any @override over here. Why? Because these are not overridden methods. These are the separate method of ICICI Bank. But these 3-4 methods, debit, credit, transfer money and trading, these are overridden methods from US Bank interface. And these three methods are coming from RBI interface. So obviously I have to write @override. So if you don't write @override also, that is also fine, guys. There is no problem. But they have given this @override annotation, just you can now segregate, you can differentiate that, okay, this is the overridden method and this is non-overridden method, right? So we have already seen what is method overriding. Method overriding means inside your parent class or interface having the same method name. In RBI we have education loan 0 parameter and education loan 0 parameter in child class also. That is your method overriding, right? So you can have like this also. Tomorrow, ICICI Bank is going to, let's see, Brazil or UK or Australia. If they have their own interface, then ICICI Bank again, RBI, comma, okay, Australia Bank or whatever, New Zealand Bank or whatever, something like this they can write. So this is very important that the concept here is that a particular class can implement multiple interfaces. It means a particular class can have multiple parent interfaces, right? So it can be like this. Now let's test this feature now. So same, I'll create a class that is my test bank class, just for I'll create the object creation part. I'll do in this particular class, having the main method. Click on finish. Why main method? Because I'm going to execute this class. So first of all, as I told you, can I create the object of interface? No. So US Bank US is equal to new US Bank. If you try to create the object of interface, immediately it won't allow you to do that. Okay, guys. So this is not allowed, right? So um, this is not allowed. So what we have to do? We cannot create the object of interface. So I'll remove this. But can I create the object of ICICI Bank? Yes, of course I can do that. ICICI Bank, IC is equal to new ICICI Bank. Right, I have created, okay, the object of ICICI Bank class. Now what I have to do? What I have to do that can I call all the methods of interface? Yes, with the help of reference of ICICI Bank class object IC.c education loan. Yes, IC dot home loan. Yes, IC dot okay car loan. So these three methods I can call, right? If you run it, see all these methods are getting called. These are the overridden method which are overridden from RBI interface, but I'm calling, and the education loan, the business logic we have written inside the education loan method, right? So RBI is just providing the guidelines. You just need to follow that, but the business logic you can write it. Education loan, that ICICI Bank will decide, okay, 8% or 9% or 10%. SBI Bank will decide only, let's say, 6% or 7%. Same thing for home loan, or same thing for car loan, that okay, for 24 months EMI or 10 months EMI or 10 years 10-year period, and they have their own business logic, certain logics they will write according to their business. Private banks are having some different plans, okay, government banks are having some different plans. But we have one standard RBI guidelines that, okay, boss, you should have these things. All right. So same thing. Can I call all the overridden method from US Bank also? Yes, of course I can do that. So credit method, ICI.debit, IC.transfer trading and transfer money. Okay, so I can call these four methods also. Yes, credit, debit and transfer money and trading. Can I call the separate method which are only available, which are only for ICICI Bank? IC dot. We have what? We have mutual funds, right? IC dot. We have one more method, insurance method. So insurance method also mutual funds and insurance method, right? Mutual funds and insurance also we can call. So yes, of course we can call. Okay. So what about that minimum balance? US Bank interface is having this particular variable. Minimum balance is equal to 100. What about this? So as I told you, according to Java, interface variables are static in nature by default. So yes, so if you try to print the value of minimum balance, so how will you print? So remember, static variables can be called by class name, or static variables, if it's available inside the interface, it can be called by interface name. So what is my interface name? US Bank dot minimum balance. Simple, right? US Bank dot minimum balance, and if you run it, you will see 100 is getting printed on the console. Okay, so this is how we do that. So minimum balance is getting printed, and because this is static in nature, so I can do with like this. Okay, so this is how we do that. Now, as I told you that we never create the object of interface, but can I create the object of ICICI Bank? Of course I can create. Simple. Let's see, new ICICI Bank. I just create the object of ICICI Bank, which is referred by parent interface reference variable. So this is possible. So US Bank US is equal to this. Although I cannot create the object of interface, but I can create the reference of interface, which can refer to child class object. So this is also allowed, right? So if you run like this with the help of US dot credit, yes, I can call US dot credit, US dot debit, yes, US dot transfer money or trading. Can I call US dot mutual funds or insurance? No. Okay, why? Because mutual funds and insurance method are the separate methods. Okay, only available in ICICI Bank, so I cannot do that. Same thing, can I call with education loan? No, education loan is also not available. See, education loan or home loan, nothing is available because the home loan is coming from RBI. So with the help of US Bank interface reference variable, I can call only and only those methods which are available, which are overridden from US Bank interface. Only those methods can be called. Although all the methods are available, so it will be like this. All the methods are available, one object will be created, new ICICI Bank, which is referred by US interface reference variable. So we have, right, 4 plus 3 7 plus 2 9 methods are available. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 methods are available, but these four methods are coming only from US Bank interface. So with the help of US reference variable, I can access only these methods. I cannot access the methods which are coming from RBI, or some methods which are only available, the separate methods of ICC. I cannot call them, although it's available inside the object. But object is also very smart. Object will see first that, okay, who is calling these methods. Object will see that, okay, this method is called by US Bank. So for these four methods, it will be allowed, but for all these things, it won't be allowed. Okay, so these methods cannot be called, and only these methods can be called. So object will see first that, okay, Who is calling? Who is calling means US is calling. What is US? US is US bank reference variable. So okay, only access will be given only those methods which are coming from US bank interface, right? But in case of IC, if IC is referring this particular object, so in IC will say that okay, yes, it's okay, direct class reference variable, so all the access will be given to IC. So that's why we are able to call all the methods, right? So Gulshan, that no, we cannot do that. Minimum balance, we cannot do that. We cannot overwrite, right? So always remember, guys, this thing. So that's why we always write, if you remember, if you know Java, if you know Selenium, we always write WebDriver equal to new Chrome driver. We never write WebDriver equal to new WebDriver. Why? Because we cannot create the object of interface. So never do this mistake that some people say that okay, what is US bank interface? Fine. What is US object? Can we create the object of interface? No. Then what? Then how can you say that US is the object? No. US is not the object. New ICC bank, this is object. US is the reference variable, okay, which is referring to this particular object. Okay, so always remember this thing about interfaces. Very, very simple. So interface is also called, guys, 100% abstraction. Okay, in interface we have, this is called abstraction, and this is called 100% abstraction. Means you are just declaring the properties, but 100% abstractions are happening in the child class inside the ICC bank class. So this is called abstraction feature, right? Only method declaration without any method body, only method prototype you are defining in the form of interfaces, and but you are implementing all the features, the business logic, the actual business logic you are writing within the class, not at the interface level. Okay. Okay. Now, one more thing along with the abstraction, we have also one more concept is there, that is called abstract class. Now, what is abstract class? So abstract class is also called abstraction. For abstract class also, that we can define the method prototype, no method declaration. So these methods are called abstract methods, guys. Debit, credit, transfer, money trading. What do you mean by abstract method? Abstract method means without method body. So abstraction we can achieve in interface, abstraction we can achieve in abstract classes also. But in interface we can achieve 100% abstraction. But in abstract class we can achieve partial abstraction like 0 to 100. So how to do that? So let's see, um, let's create one more package. I'll create one, okay, abstract class. Okay, so let's see this class, I'll give the name, the class name is, let's see, shape, or maybe let's give some name. Give me some good class name. Okay, let's give some name is shape. Okay, okay, and you can select this abstract, this keyword, and click on finish. So you will see that okay, public abstract class shape. So abstract is the keyword to define the abstract class, right? And inside this, I had declared, let's see, shape is the class, and variable I'll define, let's see, color. Okay, integer color. You can define normal variable like this, and so in abstraction, guys, always remember that if you define one abstract method, you have to write like this: abstract void, let's see, drawing method is there like this, void. Okay, So this is abstract method, right? So if you remember in C++, this is called virtual method, but in Java we call it abstract method. Okay, so abstract keyword is used to make a class abstract, and if a particular method is abstract in nature, you have to write abstract keyword like this. Can we have non-abstract method also like this? Let's see, public void, and I have one method, fill method. So yes, I can have non-abstract, it means method body also I can have, and non-method body methods also I can have. So always remember this thing, guys, that in abstract class we can have both the things, right? Same thing, can I create the object of abstract class? No, I cannot create the object of abstract class. So always remember that I cannot create the object of interface as well as abstract class, because both are abstract in nature. Okay, so I'll write for you guys, cannot create the object of interface. Okay, like this. So what if, let's see, I'll create one base class, one child class. Let's see, my child class name is base, and let's see, I'll have the main method also in this base class. And this base class, what exactly it is doing, this base class is extending. Okay, or I'll do one thing, that not the base class, let's change the name. Shape is there, and let's see, the name is test. Okay, let's see recompilation, so that, yeah, so test.java, this is extends shape. Okay, test extends shape. So what exactly the error is saying, that again the type test must implement the inherited abstract method, that is the drawing method that you have created, one abstract method, you have to implement it, right? So here we have given the abstract method, just like only method declaration, only method prototype without any method body, but somewhere you have to implement it. But where? Inside the child class you have to implement it. So I'll say that, okay, yes, that I'll write add. Okay, so just add implemented method. So you will see one method got added over here with @override system.out.println. Simple. I'll write, let's see, test drawing. So I'll write my business logic over here, but this method is overridden method. Simple. This method is overridden method, guys. Right. Now, same thing I can do over here, that can I create the object of shape class? Shape is abstract class. So as I told you, I cannot create the object of shape class like this, new. Okay, immediately it will give you error. It's saying cannot instantiate the type shape. It means I cannot create the object of shape. But I can create the reference, and this reference is pointing to child class. So I can write like this, shape as is equal to new test. Right, and simple as dot, I can access that variable also, as dot color. Okay, that is there. Okay, so let me remove this. We will call the method first, as dot, what is the method name? As dot drawing method. Obviously as dot drawing method will be called. So if you run it, as dot drawing method, as dot, what is the other method name? Let's see, fill method, as dot fill. Yes, I can call fill method also. So fill method is written over here, non-abstract method. Let's see, I'll write shape fill. So if you call as dot fill, shape fill will be called. So the point here is, inside the abstract class I can have abstract method, I can have non-abstract method, but in interface I cannot have any method body. Only and only abstract methods are there. right? So I can, but in abstract class, so what I want that, okay, uh, in abstraction, what I want that, okay, this fill method, okay, I've already given the business logic over here, and the child class simple can use this fill method. So I'm not achieving 100% abstraction over here. So let's say in a particular abstract class, 50 methods are abstract methods and 50 methods are non-abstract methods having the method body. So that is called 50% abstraction I'm using. But in interface, all the video in interface, all the methods are abstract methods, no method body. So all the 100% methods we have to, okay, we have to provide the method body, we have to provide the business logic. So that's why this is called 100% abstraction in interface. But in abstract, okay, in abstract class, it varies from 0 to 100, right? So it varies from 0 to 100 like this. So partial, this is called partial abstraction with the help of abstract class, and full abstraction with the help of interfaces. So it depends what kind of requirement you have, like that you can do that. Okay, one more thing, I have this abstract class. Can I create the can I create the constructor of this class? Of course I can create the constructor. Okay, so abstract class constructor, simple, same formula, shape. I've created the constructor like this, and let's see, I'll simple write system.out.println. I'll write shape class constructor. In interface, no. In interface, we cannot. Right, so shape class constructor I have created. Now what I'll do, guys, now see it very carefully, that the moment I create the, I can create the constructor of this test class also. This is extending shape, the child class constructor, right? Child class constructor, let's say I'm printing something, test class constructor I have created. So what I'll do the moment, okay, what I'll do, let me comment these three lines, right? I'll do one thing, that the constructor of the abstract class I have created, right? The constructor of the shape class I have created. This constructor will be called when and we are creating the object of inherited class, right? So what I'll do, simple, let's see, I'll create the object of test class now. So test is equal to new test, right? So what will happen, test is equal to new test, it means the constructor of test class will be called. So it will, so if you run this program now, see, so first new test, it will come over here, but before calling this it will go to shape class also, the parent class, and it will see that, okay, yes, shape class constructor is there, so this constructor will also be called. Okay, so shape class constructor, the parent abstract class constructor will be called, and then test class constructor will be called like this. So this is also a concept, that whenever constructor of abstract class is created, it will be called when the object of inherited class, the object of base class, sorry, object of the child class, it will be called. So yeah, we are creating the object of test class, simple. So before calling this, it will call parent class constructor, and then it will call child class constructor also, like that you can use. Okay, now let's see, I'll create one more abstract class. Okay guys, one more abstract class. Let's see, my abstract class name is animal, and abstract, and click on finish. So either you can write abstract later, or you can, while creating the class also, you can select that checkbox. It's up to you. So let's see, I have created this animal abstract class. So in Java, guys, we can have an abstract class without any abstract method also. It's not compulsory that, okay, you have to, okay, create abstract method. So it will allow us to create classes that cannot be instantiated but can only be inherited. So let's see, define one abstract class like this, and then I'll define only one method. Let's see, public void, and the method name is eat method, right? And simple system.out.println, I'll write like this, animal eat. Okay, and what I'll do, I'll create one child class of this particular class. So let's see, I'll create one class. My class name is, let's see, dog, and having the main method. Okay, and dog is extending what? Animal. So dog is extending animal, and inside the main method, what I'll do, simple, that I'll create the object of dog. Dog d is equal to new dog, right? And simple d dot eat method I can call. So if you call d dot eat method is coming from animal eat. So this is called 0% abstraction, that I'm not defining any abstract method over here. So it will behave like a normal class that we have created, like we have created car in BMW. Same thing over here. Yeah, we can call that all the abstract class. Okay, we can call it variable also, we can call that, you can try. So the concept here is, this is called 0% abstraction, like this, right? What is 100% abstraction? With the help of abstract, that you define all the abstract methods 100%. All the methods which are available inside the abstract class, it should be, all the methods are abstract in nature, just like an interface. But if you define like this, then this is 0% abstraction, that okay, I don't have any abstract method in this particular class. So this is like this. One more thing, I have again this abstract class can also have final methods, okay, which cannot be overridden, right? So the moment you write final, okay, the moment you write final inside the dog class, if you try to define, okay, final once again, then I cannot, just like exactly final, I cannot override that method. So let's see, I have this animal, immediately it will give you error, because that is declared with final keyword. It won't be allowed. Remove final modifier, cannot override the final method from animal. So immediately, okay, same concept will remain same, okay, with respect to final keyword also. So always remember, because this is now 0% abstraction. Okay, so yeah, so these are the different concepts of abstraction, guys. People will ask you difference between interface and abstract class. What is 100% abstraction? 100% abstraction means interface. Can we achieve 100% abstraction in abstract class? Of course we can do that. So abstraction we can do from 0 to 100% in abstract class. 0 to 100%. 0 means no abstract methods. 100% means all the methods are abstract in nature. Partial abstraction means some methods are abstract and some methods are non-abstract. That is called partial abstraction. Okay. So always remember, guys, these concepts, that abstract class means 0 to 100% and interface means 100% abstraction. So what is abstraction? Abstraction is the process of what? Hiding the implementation details, right? So we are just giving the implementation details, but the actual business logic will be defined inside the parent, inside the child class methods, inside the overridden methods. The actual business logic will be defined over there. So we are giving the provision that okay, that we will create our interface or some system. You just need to follow all the rules and regulations. Okay, you should have those features in your system, but the features should be there, but what kind of business logic you want to write, that is up to you, right? So this is called abstraction, guys, always remember. Right. So if you take any system in the world, they are using this concept. Any kind of application, either it is banking application, either it is let's say in WhatsApp, any Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp Messenger, right? What exactly they have defined the system that okay, one peer-to-peer interaction is happening. I want to send a WhatsApp message to you guys, right? So what will happen that okay, I'll define one abstract method over there or interface method over there that only message send message. But inside the implemented class, let's say I'll create one class, Naveen is a class, or peer one or peer two, or client class. Whatever the business logic that how exactly you want to send multiple lines or single line message or images or okay or some video or something. What kind of logic you want to write, you just define inside that. But we have created one method interface over there like this. So in any kind of application, you will see interfaces and abstract classes will be there. Some concept we use in our automation framework also, but it is not that needed. It's not compulsory that okay, you have to use interfaces or abstract class every time. It's up to you. Okay. So don't be confused between abstract class and interface. So Gulchan is asking that just a minute. Okay, I'll repeat. I created one finance class, finance.java, having this stock method. That's fine. I'll go to ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank is extending finance and implementing two interfaces. This is allowed. The combination of single class and multiple interfaces are allowed. Multiple interfaces are allowed, but multiple classes are not allowed. So always this thing you also remember. So particular class can extend one class, but can implement multiple interfaces. But ICICI Bank or particular class, a child class cannot have multiple parent classes. It means multiple inheritance is allowed in the form of interfaces, but not in the form of but not in the form of classes. So always remember the syntax also. No need to write comma over here. ICICI Bank extends finance, implementing two interfaces. US Bank, RBI Bank, comma, Brazil Bank, UK Bank, whatever. Okay, so remember this concept as well.